What did you do, Ray?
I couldn't help it. It just popped in there.
What? What just popped in there?
Somebody made a suggestion. And...
Oh, God.
Oh, boy.
It will haunt you every night. Whatever it is,
right.
no one should have to encounter that kind of evil. Except you girls. I think you can handle it.
Oh, good. Thanks.
We have a gift. We see what no one else is willing to see. We do things others can't do.
Ghostbusters.
If there's a paranormal problem, we're the ones to answer the call. Hello.
It's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen.
What do we think of these Ghostbusters? Are they to be taken seriously?
You take that aisle, I'll take the far one.
Okay, you sweaty freaks. I'm about to save you from this ghost.
Okay, so I don't know if it was a race thing or a lady thing, but I'm mad as hell.
There's a bigger picture at hand here.
Someone is creating a device that amplifies paranormal activity.
We're gonna need a bigger boat.
Wouldn't be Evo Shandor.
Hey guys, check it out.
Kevin, come inside.
I was born to be a Ghostbuster, all right?
Oh, man, that's so not good.
Something big is going to happen.
The word we're looking for is apocalypse.
You want a piece of this? Yeah.
The government's trying to claim the event isn't supernatural.
We don't want a panic. We don't want mass hysteria.
Get out of the city. Get out of the city. I will kick the unliving
We don't
crap
want
out of
mass
you,
hysteria.
and you, especially you.
Hey!
Hey, Slimer.
Don't move. You got a,
No, I'm tired.
No, listen.
I'm just gonna go ahead and take off. How about that?
I don't really think that's a good idea.
No, going to take off. Don't piss off the ghost. Really?
Hey,
Stay puft.
Okay.
No, you know what?
I'm sorry, Ray. I'm petrified beyond the point of rational thought.
I'm sorry, Peter. I'm scared beyond the capacity for rational thought.
Yeah.
I'm really happy with this.
Okay.
Okay.
So
let's get this out of the way. I am excited for this movie.
Okay. All right.
And here is why.
Go ahead.
So,
go ahead.
I've had a lot of time to think about this.
Go ahead.
So, number one, does this movie do anything to affect the other movies that we've gotten? No.
Well,
no.
Okay. In terms of it affecting it, I think one thing that it does is that it's attempting to pretty much rewrite Ghostbusters history, because those movies do exist, the original two.
Yeah.
But in terms of that, people may very well forget about them and just instead draw this as the fact that this is going to be someone's first exposure. It may very well turn out good. I mean, honestly, Paul Feig is the director, Melissa McCarthy, Kristen Wiig, honestly, Leslie Jones, Kate McKinnon. I mean, they're all funny. They're all very funny comedians.
Here's my position on it.
But
I am excited for this movie. Comedy has changed in the last 30 years.
It has.
So it's all right. They're not doing the exact same thing as the original Ghostbusters, and that's good.
If they did, I'd be pissed off. If I'd be even more pissed off.
I like
but they're
that
not.
there's little subtle references. We don't want mass hysteria. That's a good line.
Yeah, well,
that's a good line.
I get that 100%. It's just the people that are in control of this. It's just okay. The internet had a knee-jerk reaction to the first one, and rightfully so in some ways, because the fact that this film is writing the ultra-feminist angle. Don't get me wrong, I'm all for equal rights and everything, but the fact that it's not only they can embrace that identity if they want. It's just they're using it as like a parasol for all the negativity. It's just like, the reason all the negativity is happening. It's just like, no, people actually have complaints that they have against this, and for you to write it off is just idiocy. But some of the complaints that I have is just that the CG for the ghosts. Don't get me wrong, they did use a little bit of CG in the original, but
but they didn't really have a whole lot of CG.
No, they didn't.
Yeah,
and a lot of it was conventional.
Yeah.
That was layered over top to seem Esper or astral projection-esque. And I liked that they did that.
Yeah.
It was the technology that was available at that time. And CG has gotten a lot better, but from the look I'm getting from this, some of them do look good. Some things do look good, but the majority of them, I'm just like, to me, it's just like a callback to Jurassic World. The dinosaurs in Jurassic World, they looked horribly fake. In which, if they're going for a cartoonish feel with these, they're succeeding. But the fact that
some of the redesigns do sort of lead that way, it feels like.
Yeah, they were going for a more cartoonish
and not
feel.
to mention some of the tech, specifically the new Ghost Trap.
Yeah, I like that.
Which looks absolutely like
laser
the
bear trap.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I like that kind of tech. I like that. I like
the gauntlets.
Yeah, the proton gauntlets.
Yeah, so a lot of people don't realize this. There is a lot more tech that the Ghostbusters had at their disposal.
Yeah.
For example, they actually had a proton pistol instead of just like the standard proton wand.
Yeah.
So this thing was fairly high powered, but nobody had a good enough aim to use it except Winston.
Yeah.
So Winston got that one, and it was sick. They had a lot of tech in the Ghostbusters video game, which is basically Ghostbusters 3.
Yes.
Let's just get that out of the way.
The different
basically Ghostbusters 3.
It is. I mean, honestly, written by Harold Ramis and Dan Aykroyd,
starring all of the original people,
and produced by and executive producer was Ivan Reitman as well. So
it's brilliant. It's beautiful,
and I like it. I liked it a lot.
Honestly, like everything that I'm seeing in this trailer, I'll say, way better than the last one.
Yeah, the first
I liked the last one, but I could see where people had some legitimate complaints with it.
Yes. This one, okay.
This one we see way more of the ghosts.
We see
which
a lot
is
more.
Important.
And they are going for a more cartoonish feel, I think, with the ghosts, and it may very well work. I mean, honestly, people say, you can't really predict that it will not work in terms of the overall context of the film. I mean, I'm going to watch this film, and I'm gonna hope for the best, but at the same time, I'm gonna be skeptical of. I mean, honestly, when anything is remade that I like a lot, I mean, honestly, that's just like when Total Recall was remade. I went in with scrutiny about it because they were remaking a film that I liked.
You went in with cautious optimism.
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
I went in with cautious optimism and overall scrutiny, and I came out with my I was just like, well, that was a bad movie.
Yeah,
I didn't like it, and then there are movies that are remade that truth be told, I think some are deserving of a remake.
True Grit,
yes, that is one. 310 to Yuma was another one that was really good.
Yeah.
I mean, their remakes are remakes are not only a viable source for more income for a franchise, but for certain reimaginings and also different direction with the characters and also with the story. It can go pretty much anywhere. I mean, and it can do great things. But Ghostbusters, this one, I'm just nervous because I love the original so much that I feel like this is Sony just trying to do a quick cash in again because Sony, it's just like they tried to do the quick cash in by throwing in too many daggone villains with
Spider-Man movies.
Spider-Man 2. I mean,
Spider-Man movies.
Spider-Man 3, and then the Amazing Spider-Man 2.
All right, let me say
I'm worried
this.
about that.
Let me say this. Most of the original cast members from Ghostbusters are in this movie. Like little cameo roles. But I can't imagine that they would, like, for example, Bill Murray's making a cameo in this. Would Bill Murray make a cameo in this if he wasn't excited about it? I doubt it.
Well, Bill Murray is indecisive when it comes to a lot of things. Because, for instance, in a lot of the films that I'm seeing nowadays that he like cameos in, there's always a death involved on his side. It's just like in Zombieland. I mean, honestly, Zombieland, which was also made by Sony. I mean, and from what I hear, they're working on Zombieland 2. Thank you, finally. But Zombieland, there was that, and spoilers. He gets offed in that, and it's just from what I hear, he was talking about doing that. He was wanting them to do that in Ghostbusters 3.
Objection. Get smart. He doesn't die in Get Smart. He shows up.
No, well,
there's a few laughs. And then he's out.
Well, he's a kid. Well, he's just a basic cameo that's only in the film for a limited amount of time.
Still, cameo doesn't die.
Well, that's one. But I was just going to say it. From what I heard, Dan Aykroyd and Harold Ramis both stated that they wrote every part that Bill Murray wanted. They made him a ghost. They made him kind of like the screwball who came in every now and again. He's just like, what are you kids up to in here? and they tried to write him the part of a lifetime. As a matter of fact, Dan Aykroyd and Harold Ramis said it over and over again. We took all of his demands for what he wanted to do with the Venkman character, and we wrote him pretty much anything that he wanted.
Yeah.
And he still said no. Now, the fact that he said okay to this does fill me with a little bit of hope.
Yeah.
I mean, that does, because for them to get him to agree, it's something. It's something I can be excited about.
And also, I mean, Dan Aykroyd.
Yeah, of course.
And to be fair, I also don't think that they would agree to this if it was going to be, what's the phrase? If it would go against the Harold Ramis,
Oh, yeah.
But the fact of the matter is,
Go ahead.
I'm taking this movie solely on its own. The original Ghostbusters is not playing into the way I'm seeing this movie. And that's the way I think it should be.
Okay.
Cautious optimism, sure, I agree on that. But you can't sit here and say, this is going to ruin Ghostbusters.
Until it comes out, we don't know.
And even then, you had Ghostbusters and Ghostbusters 2, which I still really liked Ghostbusters 2.
I did too. I liked it a lot.
And then there's been this huge break. They are differentiated enough by the fact that, there's 30 years in between. And I'm interested to see a modern interpretation. I am. I want to see this movie. I will go to this movie wearing my Ghostbusters shirt if I can find it. In fact, if I had known that we were going to react to this, I would have worn my Ghostbusters shirt.
Yeah,
I am very interested in this movie.
So, I was going to say, in terms of cameos, I wonder, in the first trailer, Leslie Jones, her character, when she gets the Ecto-1, she's like, it's Cadillac. My uncle gave it to me. I wonder if her uncle is going to be Winston.
I know that all of her, I know that all of the cameos from the original actors, they are not playing the same characters.
No, I know. But what if it's her what if he is her uncle?
That would not surprise me. I would be okay with that.
I was going to say, they'll show up at his garage and they'll be like, can you help us fix the car? He's like, what the hell did you do to this thing?
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
I can see that.
To be fair, if I were writing this movie, the way I would have had the cameo would have been, there's news footage of the new Ghostbusters going in, and then it cuts to an apartment with everybody huddled around the TV, and Dan Aykroyd's just like, go get them, kids. You know?
I could see that.
Just subtle.
I could see that.
I mean, if they were going to do it as a cameo, to be fair, what I really would have preferred is if they had done this like Venkman always talked about the franchising.
Yes.
You know, the franchising rights alone will make us rich beyond our wildest dreams.
Ghostbusters Global.
Yeah.
Which they talked about that for a potential third movie. Like they would be the figureheads of the Ghostbusters Global, and they would be training new guys to go in. As a matter of fact, they were talking Jonah Hill, Michael Cera, Jesse Eisenberg. They were
I'm okay with that.
I
mean, it harkens back to Extreme Ghostbusters.
It does.
Where Egon's training up a new team, and that was awesome. I would have liked to have seen this be like Ghostbusters Chicago.
Okay.
How cool would that have been, right?
Yeah, Chicago.
Yeah. And, you know, I sort of understand, you know, wanting to do the reboot.
CM Punk show up as a Ghostbusters trainee. He's like, what is this bullshit?
Well, I mean, to be fair, we now have technology that allows people to make direct physical contact with the ghosts.
Yeah,
those gauntlets are sweet.
Yeah,
those gauntlets are really sweet.
We'll have to see how it is whenever the movie's released later this year.
Like, a lot of their tech looks really good. I mean, it's just enough of the old school, but with a different take on it, and I like that.
I like that too in a lot of cases, but
it's not just trying to rehash the old movie. It's trying to be its own thing, and that's good. I want that. Because if a movie just tries to just do a straight remake, Total Recall, for example, just a straight remake, it's like, I have already watched this movie, and it was better then.
I was going to say, it's like you replaced Sharon Stone with Kate Beckinsale. Awesome replacement, but at the same time, it's just like, I've seen this story before, and it's not really anything different.
Yeah. This one, I think there's going to be differences. There's going to be enough differences to where
you can see from the trailer that there's going to be differences,
and I'm glad. I'm excited.
Well, we'll have to see what
this is going to be
lies
fun.
ahead. We'll have to see what lies ahead for us. So,
guys,
what did you think of the trailer? I mean, honestly, do you agree with taking you see this and you're excited, or if you're more like me and you approach this with kind of a skeptical optimism point of view? I mean, what do you all think?
Or you're like the rest of the internet and you're just
you're
angry that this movie is being made. Don't be like that, guys.
Having a knee-jerk reaction is not the appropriate thing to have. I mean, with this, you need to have a conscientious, well thought out argument as to why you don't like it. I mean, that's what's required nowadays, to have the literal argument on the internet, because nowadays people are starting to see through the veils of just people yelling at random and saying trigger words to make people shut up. Instead, nowadays, logical arguments are being heard more and more, and I'm glad.
What a shocking development.
Indeed.
But
so, let us know what you think in the comments below.
Yep. Keep it civil.
Keep as civil as you can be.
Yeah.
Also, leave a like if you like the video. Check out the original video in the description below, and don't forget to subscribe. And we will see you later, internet. Peace out.